Welcome back, darlings. This week's video finds us looking at another fallout remover. This time it's Infinity Wax's offering Liquid Fire, and I'm going to be comparing that to the perennial Bilt Hamber Korrosol. But why? Now, I asked the question why because Korrosol is so good, and it is usually, for me, like the default thing that I recommend. In fact, I've tested quite a few other fallout removers, as you can see up here, and none of them have really got close to Korrosol, or should I say none of them are as good as Korrosol, especially for the money. But the money is the reason. Now, if you're a consumer, this is £55 for 5 litres, and Korrosol is about £60 for 5 litres. So there's not an awful lot of difference in it. And in which case, I would say just go with the Korrosol, because it's £5 more, but we know it's good. We don't have to worry about it too much. The thing is, this, at trade price, is £40 for 5 litres when you buy it directly from Infinity Wax. And that is the interesting thing for me, trade. Not because I am in the trade, but because this gets used a lot by people in the trade, partly because of its price. If you see Paul Dolden's video, Auto Smart Red 7 is very, very good. It's a little bit cheaper, again, because it's trade. This is something that needs to be looked at, and I want to kind of see from your trade perspective, or even if you're a consumer, is it really worth having? We'll put it through its paces now on the bonnet of my car and catch up with you afterwards. All right, okay. Well, we're going to rinse all this off properly in a minute anyway. So the question now then is, how does the Liquid Fire perform compared to Korrosol? So I normally apply Korrosol, which is in here, by a pump sprayer, sorry, because it just saves me a lot of time and effort. However, what we're going to do now is just use some triggers so we're getting the same amount of product on. So I don't know how much fallout I'm going to have on these. I can tell you, Liquid Fire smells worse. Not the Korrosol smells fantastic, but that definitely smells worse. So that's the Liquid Fire on. Now, I'm going to go with the Korrosol. Okay. So I'm going to look at this now. Okay, it's 25 past. We want like 5. I'm going to see what happens. It gets with 5 minutes of dwell. I can instantly see that the Korrosol is lighting up way more than the Liquid Fire at the moment. But let's see how it goes for dwell. I'm going to take you in better with this, because this this camera will give you a much clearer picture. So let's have a look. You see that's where we're at. This is the Korrosol side. Now I do the same over here. Turn around and get the light better on it. There you go. It is starting to react. No. Let's try taking a picture, shall we? There you go. So that photo there was of the, what's it called? Liquid Fire. Then the Korrosol side. And there you go. So if I hold it up here, I can see the Korrosol side has reacted more. We've only been on for a minute though, so let's see where we get to. That's the key thing. I can't just go off like one little bit. Need to make sure we're all good. So I am gonna come back to this after 5 minutes, and then we'll see. All right, so we've had 5 minutes. You see a bit of time lapse from both of those going on. To me, it looks like the Korrosol side has run more, and the Liquid Fire side, it seems to have reacted, but it doesn't seem to have like dripped away. So I don't know if that means it's still working and it hasn't dissolved it as much, or it just doesn't run away as much. I'm going to show you what I mean by using the phone cameras. So, this video now. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing on the side of the Korrosol. All right. And then over here is a Liquid Fire, and you can see it's running, but I've got far more like blobs. See? As opposed to here, where it seems to have kind of run away and run out a bit. If I bring it back out here, you can really see there's quite like a stark difference on both sides. So I'm going to rinse it off and then spray Korrosol across both and see which sides light up at all. Interesting to see which side that rinses off more freely as well. I feel like the Korrosol side rinsed quite nicely and easily there. You can see that that's just flooding away, whereas over here, see it's staying on a bit. You can see that, but I need it to really give it a more consistent flow. But it is shifting, and it is shifting just with hose, so that's good to know. Need to get it off the glass there. Can you see that bit? Bubble, lots of bubbles on it. Need to just make sure it's clear. And it's getting off, see? But there's still a lot of residue up on that. Lots of, I'm going to have to definitely rinse it, wash it off again. Fallout remover is one of those things that you have to make sure you get off the paint. You don't want to leave it on there. I would say that the liquid fire is proving far more stubborn to rinse off here. But equally, I think we're both. This would obviously be a lot easier with a pressure washer. I just couldn't be bothered to get it all out again. I did it earlier. Right, the water's running off. So now, for me, the quick test to see if the liquid fire has been any good is to then just go and spray on some Korrosol in a stripe all the way across and see if it still keeps reacting or not. So far, I would say though that based on what I've seen so far, and I haven't rinsed anything off, that seemed comparable to me. Let's go empty this by spraying on the paint. Waste not want that. In terms of like after 5 minutes where they got to, they both had reacted sufficiently. I'm still seeing this is like lighting up again now. You see the Korrosol on this side. But it's still doing some on the Korrosol side as well. So again, the other thing is I didn't agitate it. This was just a spray and rinse, and it wasn't rinsed with the pressure washer. So far, I'd say they're very comparable. And I think if you got away with that, if you got away and said it was comparable, I'm doing a spray on both sides as well. If you got away and said that was comparable, that would be okay. You know, if you managed to get a comparable product out of liquid fire to Korrosol, we can leave that another couple of minutes to see where it's gotten to, see how this camera's capturing it. And we'll do a pan around and see where we get to. I would say from here so far, both things are reacting still. We'll see it properly in a minute though. I would say on the liquid fire side, there is more reaction than there is on the Korrosol side, but it is pretty close. In fact, I'm actually going to switch over to my other phone and do that with that, because this looks like it's really severe. And I tell you, in reality, it doesn't look that strong. Yeah, this comes to show, doesn't it, on different phones. This is now on the Pixel. And that probably looks more like it is in reality. Don't get me wrong, the liquid fire side has definitely got more reaction. So in the 10 minutes, it hasn't done as much as it would do normally. Let's have a look. Rinse it off now. So this could take a little while to rinse off. I still think that the Korrosol rinses off more easily. Anyway, so the rinse is off, back to the studio. My initial thoughts here, this needs more testing. They seem very, very close in terms of performance. What I will say, the biggest difference between the two products that I can see is this is far thicker, more gel-like. And I noticed that when I was spraying it on, and then also on the panel, it doesn't really run that much. Now, that could be a good thing because it means it sits in one place and dwells more. It could be a bad thing, means you need to put more product on to cover a larger surface area, whereas Korrosol's runnier, so it spreads out and affects more in one go. I'm not sure. So further testing required. Good to test it on some vertical panels to see if there's a difference there, and also to see if agitation makes a big difference. And also rinsing off with the pressure washer, I think, is worth seeing if that gets rid of it equally as quickly, and that's okay. Because I find it was difficult to remove here, required a lot of rinsing with just a spray gun. It would be interesting to see what it's like with the pressure washer. The biggest concern I have is the gel-like formula is similar to iron oxide, and that to me dries out really quickly, which is a problem during the summer months. So I want to see if that's going to be the case going forward. But so far, so good. Like over the winter, I mean, we all know it's like spring now and it's pretty cold, isn't it? This has been fine. So I would say from that perspective, and from a trade perspective with the pricing, that could well be a good thing. Yeah, further testing required. Let me know what else you'd like to know about it down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks very much for watching.